Quando con dolce brame con grandi vivo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Colade. As a mature part-time student at TMU, this is my first art class. In fact, this is my first video, so a lot of firsts in this class. For my project, I've chosen to explore the AGO. I'll be reviewing an Italian artist from the 14th century by the name of Nino Pisano. We'll be looking at one of his sculptures called Tabernacle with Crucifixion and Virgin Mary and St. John the Evangelist. This particular piece at the AGO will give us the opportunity to examine the artistic style and religious iconography that was prevalent in the Middle Ages. So, let's take a closer look.
First, let's talk about Nino Pisano. He was a sculptor and goldsmith who lived in Pisa, Italy during the late Middle Ages. This might also be considered a time of transition with the oncoming early Renaissance period, but the upper central region of Italy, where Pisa is located, was still largely medieval in its social structures and political strife. Pisano came from a family of sculptors. Nino and his brother Tommaso followed in the footsteps of their more famous father, Andrea Pisano, known for his bronze doors in the Baptistery of St. John. Nino began his career working alongside his father on projects in Florence, including some panels on Giotto's bell tower. In 1349, Nino took over his father's role as master builder at the Orvieto Cathedral. His independent works include a Madonna and Child statue in the Basilica of Santa Maria Novella and a monument to Bishop Scarlatti in Pisa. Pisano is also credited for being one of the first sculptors to specialize in freestanding life-size statues. And interestingly, Nino Pisano may have been familiar with the music in this video, Con Dolce Brama by Maestro Piero, as they were contemporaries.
One thing I first noticed is the Gothic architecture at the top is unique. And as well, if you go down to the bottom with the Virgin Mary on the right and St. John on the left, what's interesting is that they're both smiling at the crucifixion, which in other depictions of them, they're usually sad, they're crying, a sense of loss. But here, um, they look more to have a sense of hope in his resurrection, things to come, which seems fitting for a piece like this since it's used for Holy Communion.
Pisano created this piece in 1365, so he would have been 50 years old at this time. Since this would have taken place later in his career, it's likely that this was made in Pisa, where he would have had a well-established workshop. The sculpture is made from polychromes and gilded wood. The tabernacle would have served as a container for the Eucharist, used in Christian communion services. It depicts the Crucifixion, a central event in Christian theology. Christ is shown on the cross, with the Virgin Mary and St. John on either side. The two angelic figures above might be interpreted as witnesses or messengers of God, their halos instantly signifying holiness, linking these figures to Christ's divinity. I do find it interesting how this piece bridges the gap between sculpture and the art of illuminated manuscripts. The tabernacle's Gothic architecture with its pointed arches and details provides a striking frame for the figures. Yet, while Jesus is rendered as a fully sculpted statue, Mary and John are depicted in a flatter, more stylized manner, reminiscent of manuscript illustrations. This contrast creates a compelling visual dynamic, and given Pisano's death shortly after its completion, this work takes on an added significance as a potential final testament to his artistry.
I hope you found this video both insightful and engaging. Thanks for watching.